afternoon, sir. This is my presentation all about RAM. RAM explained. Everything there is to know about RAM. Random Access Memory or RAM. How does RAM works? RAM is essentially a super fast, high-speed storage that your computer and its application utilize to store and access temporary data. It can be thought of like a computer short-term memory. It works by storing common data that programs are in constant use of rather than storing the data on a much slower medium like a solid-state hard drive or SSD. RAM doesn't automatically have data saved on each chip though. It has what's called volatile memory, or memory that erases when power is no longer flowing through it. But programs like Google Chrome, Adobe, Photoshop, and even Windows utilize RAM by inputting its core files upon startup. So, ito po siya. User click on a program. Program loads files into RAM. Something display on screen. Program gets data from RAM. So, if he click end user, load to RAM, going to display, going to user, interact with program, and then program gets data from RAM. In much simple terms, it's a super fast track that can be loaded with data. It also has super fast workers inside of the track. So when something needs data that they put into it, it can be ready for it on call. All types of RAM. Types of RAM and year invented. FPM, Fast Page Mode RAM, 1990. Edo RAM, Extended Data Operation Read-Only Memory, 1994 siya na-invent. SD-RAM, Single Dynamic RAM, 1996 invented. RD-RAM, RAM Bus RAM, 1998. DDR, Double Data Rate, 2000 siya na-invent. DDR2 invented in 2003, DDR3 invented in 2007, and DDR4 invented in 2012. Computer has two main branch. Computer memory has two main branch. Internal main primary and external secondary. In internal main primary, it has ROM, non-volatile, RAM, non-volatile, SRAM, DRAM, SDRAM, RDRAM, DDR, SDRAM, DDR1, DDR2, up to DDR4. In external secondary branch, it has HDD, SSD, compact disc, USB flash drive. Two main types of RAM are static RAM and dynamic RAM. Static RAM is the full form of SRAM. In this type of RAM, data is stored using the state of a 6-transistor memory cell. Static RAM is mostly used as cache memory for the processor, CPU. Dynamic RAM. RAM stands for Dynamic Random Access Memory. It is a type of RAM which allows you to store each bit of data in a separate capacitor within a specific integrated circuit. Dynamic RAM is a standard computer memory of the many modern desktop RAM. This type of RAM is by volatile memory that needs to be refreshed with voltage regularly, else it loses the information stored on it. SRAM versus DRAM. SRAM has lower access time, so it's faster compared to DRAM. DRAM has a higher access time, so it is slower than SRAM. SRAM is costlier than DRAM. DRAM costs less compared to SRAM. SRAM requires a constant power supply, which means this type of memory which consumes more power. DRAM offers reduced power consumption because the information is stored in the capacitor. It is a complex internal circuitry and this offer less storage capacity is available compared to same physical size of DRAM memory. In DRAM, it is the small internal circuitry in the 1-bit memory cell of DRAM. The large storage capacity is available. SRAM has a low packaging density. DRAM has a high packaging density. Other important types of RAM: FPM DRAM and SDR RAM. Fast page mode dynamic random access memory or FPMD RAM is a type of RAM that waits through the entire process, locating a bit of data by column and row and then reading the bit before it begins on the next bit. Max transfer rate is around 176 Mbps. SDRAM is a full form of synchronous dynamic access memory. It has access times between 25 and 10 ns nanosecond, and they are in the DIMM, dual inline memory module. Modules of 168 contacts. They store data using capacitor using ICS. Integrated circuits. One of its sides, they have terminations which can be inserted inside of the individual slots for motherboard's memory. Brand and price of RAM in Philippines. RAM brand HyperX Fury DDR3, price 1,205 pesos. Adata Premier DDR4, 2,090 pesos. HyperX Impact DDR4, 2,789 pesos. Corsair Vengeance LPX 16GB DDR4, 2,666 my 2,100 pesos.